Good afternoon, everybody. It is Tuesday afternoon at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. My name is Reverend Maria Leggett, and I'm coming to you live from Dayton, Ohio. It is one of my favorite times of the day, so I'm super happy that you're all here. I don't know about y'all, but the energy that we're in right now, because Mercury went retrograde yesterday, and we have the upcoming eclipse on Monday, and we just experienced an eclipse a week or so ago. And so the energy right now for all my friends, for anybody, is all over the place. Their emotions are everywhere. I know that mine are. And so I'm having to be really careful of the things that I say because it can come out wrong or the other person can take them wrong. And when somebody says something to me, I also have to pay attention to how I'm receiving that information. Am I open to it? Is it causing a problem? And so I'm having to be really careful in how I'm receiving information because I literally on Sunday, I did the event Friday night and I had such a great time. Did a message circle for my mentor, Rose Van Den Enden, who is releasing Ghost Girls, which is a play written specifically about the Fox sisters and spiritualism. And I can't wait for the play to come out in November. But we did a fundraiser for her Friday night in message circles, and it had such a good time. And then Sunday, I was sitting at home, and for no reason, I just started crying. No reason. I wasn't sad. And I even said to my husband, I don't know why I'm crying. I'm not sad about anything. I'm not upset about anything. And I just started crying. And so right now, Mercury is really asking us to go within. Look at what's going on inside of your body. Look at your emotions, right? Mercury retrograde, because it is retro, RE. It's all about all of the RE words, right? Reinvent, recreate, rebirth, all of the re's. And so it's time for you to really go within and look at your shadow side, right? We're coming out of the shadow season. And if you haven't paid attention to your shadow side, and if you don't know what your shadow side is, it's the easiest thing in the world. All it is are all of your traumas and your triggers. That's the shadow self. It's looking at that and saying, okay, I need to heal all of these things so that I can integrate them. There is nothing wrong with your shadow self. Your shadow self keeps you safe, it keeps you protected. It is something that we often lean into during difficult times. And so, when people walk around saying, oh, I only deal with the light, that is not a good thing. It means you're out of balance. You want to work with the darkness. You want to work with your shadow side. You want your light to be able to have a balance for you in between. So, and with that, we're going to welcome Linda from Virginia Beach. Hi, Linda. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Wonderful. How may I help you today?
Um, I wanted to know how a rotator cuff surgery is going to how's the healing process going to go?
Help your healing process?
Yes, on a shoulder surgery.
Okay. Yep. Okay. So, all right, Linda, I'm just going to tap into your energy and see. All right. So, Spirit is showing it to me as though that there are difficulties with bearing any kind of weight on that side and not being able to like fully lift my arm all the way up because it's too painful. Like when I get it partial the way up, I can feel like a stabbing pain. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And so one of the things that I want to talk to you about is, especially with this surgery, right? Yes, it's a physical ailment, and Spirit shows it to me that you have a tendency to continue to take on other people's stuff and you don't ever give it back to them. And so you carry a lot of weight on your shoulders, which is why there are these rotator issues. Does that make sense?
It does. Yes, it does.
And so because in my belief system, most of the physical ailments that we have a metaphysical reason behind them. And so Spirit shows it to me as though this has like gotten worse over the last 10 years, right? It started out as just like a little tweak, and then it's just gotten progressively worse and worse and worse. And one of the things that's important for you to is yes, the rotator cuff surgery is going to help you and it's going to help you to feel better and and it's going to require you actually taking the time for the recuperation process because they're showing it to me as though you'd be like the first one to take the sling off and still try to use it going, "Oh, I feel good enough." And then you're going to damage it again because you're still trying to help other people rather than really focusing on yourself. Because your spirit team is showing it to me as though you have a really difficult time being able to focus on yourself and you always find value in yourself by helping other people. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
And so, in order for you to fully recover from this surgery, it's going to be important that you start looking at okay, what am I carrying for everybody else? And it doesn't mean that you're physically handing them back anything, but you can look at okay, what have I done for my children? What have I done for a partner? What have I done for an ex partner? What have I done for my coworkers? And in your mind, going, okay, this is a burden that I have been carrying, and it's really not mine to give back. It's really not mine to hold, and I need to give it back. And so being able to energetically like lift it up off of your shoulders and energetically hand it back to them and say, this is yours, please keep it. That's going to help heal your shoulder and get you through the process of recovery much quicker. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. I can do
And
that.
so spirit really wants you to start looking at where am I helping all these other people when I really should be focusing on myself?
Helping myself.
And
Exactly.
yeah. Yeah. And they're showing it to me as though this is something that would have started. I want to use the word conditioning, right? From when we're younger, as in,
Hmm.
you're the girl, you have to be the support system, you have to help. And we
Yeah.
carry that all through our lives where we think that we have to continue to help people because that's what we were told when we were little kids. And now it becomes you saying, you know what? I can step into the masculine and I can say, no, it's okay for you to set healthy boundaries and telling people no when it's important for you to be able to sit in recovery. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It does make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I mean, people don't realize how women are conditioned from the time we're born to help everybody else, and we really are. It was something that I went through too as a little kid. I had older brothers, and it was, oh, you're the girl, you need to do this, and your brothers are going to go do these other things. So we had these stereotypical assignments that were given to us rather than us just deciding what we like and what we don't like. And so now, especially because we're in retrograde, Linda, what's going to be important for you is to, and spirit shows it to me as though sitting down with a piece of paper and writing, what are the things that I like? What do I want to do? What do I like? How can I move through this world in a way that is true and authentic to me? And then being able to pull apart, okay, what are the things I was told I was going to like? Or what are the things I was told I was supposed to like that I don't like? Does that make sense?
Hmm. Yeah. It makes a lot of sense.
Wonderful.
Okay.
And so now it's this time to start sitting down and writing all this stuff down for yourself. And all of these are going to
Uh
help
huh.
you. And I know it doesn't sound normal or common sense, but it's true. When you start to shift your belief system, your body then starts to shift too. And spirit shows it to me when you start doing this emotional work, that it's going to make your shoulder recovery so much easier and a little bit better than expected. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. So spirit's
Okay.
just asking you to lean in, look at yourself, and do all the things that you can.
Okay.
Do you have another
Can I
question
ask
I can
another
answer for
question?
you really quick? Yeah.
Yeah. Um, do you see me meeting anybody this summer? Meeting somebody new?
Spirit shows me as soon as you said that I see you in like an outside environment. So it's like a park environment. And they're just showing me that it's time for you to like get out of the house and go do things. So in the summer when the weather is nicer, being able to go for a walk, being able to go on little mini excursions, they're going to get you out and around a different set of people. because they're showing it to me as though you've got this pattern that you're in, and this is just how I kind of run my life every day. And in order for you to meet new people and find a partner that's going to make you give it all the warm fuzzies in your heart, is being able to step outside of that comfort zone. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so they're
Yeah.
showing me that there's definitely a meeting of someone, but it literally looks to me as though a park is involved because I can like hear little kids playing. There are frisbees being thrown. So I don't know if it's going out on a family excursion and somebody, just brings someone, but it's definitely an outside experience where it happens. And it is they show it to me as though you can be really cautious. And so it's like, okay, who are you? Where do you come from? What do you do for a living? And just allow yourself to ask all of those questions so that you can become comfortable with what you like about the person. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Good.
And I
I'm
like
glad.
outside
So, yeah.
activities. I'm an outside person.
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, I think that's amazing. So, yes, it'll definitely be outside and it's feeling wonderful about things and, getting to know someone on a term that you like, right? The not doing it quickly, but being able to ask questions and meet them in a way that you are comfortable with. So, thank you so much, Linda, for being on the show. I am so grateful to you. And
Okay,
to everybody
thank you. I
watching.
appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. And to everybody watching, thank you so much for joining me on the show. I am so grateful for all of you. And remember, we are in retrograde. And if you need help, I am happy to mentor you through anything that you need. You can find me at marialeggett.com. And you can sign up for my new membership that I am releasing April 8th, or you can do my intuition development classes, or we can do one-to-one mentoring just between me and you and no one else. I hope you have an amazing rest of your week, and I'll see you next week.